Guardate testa il sangue fresco.
Welcome back, Warner fam. Today, I'm diving into the 2021 horror mystery film, A Classic Horror Story. Get ready for a chilling ride. Keep your eyes wide open and stay safe. The story kicks off with Alisa, who's unsure about a big decision. She's on her way to Calabria to see her parents and get an abortion, but she's not sure she's ready for it. To get there, she carpools with strangers in an RV driven by Fabrizio, a travel blogger, along with Ricardo, a doctor, and an outgoing couple, Sophia and Mark. But things take a dark turn. When Alisa's morning sickness hits, the group pulls over to help her. Mark, the one who always seems to joke around, decides to take the wheel from Fabrizio. He's had a few drinks and starts swerving, trying to avoid something in the road. It's a goat, but he can't dodge it in time. The RV crashes, slamming into a tree. Alisa wakes up the next morning to find the group trying to patch up Mark's broken leg. They're not on the road anymore. They're lost in the middle of a creepy forest. No idea how they got there, and with no way to get back. Everything's silent. Unnaturally silent. It's as if the forest itself is waiting. They spot an old cabin in the clearing, but something stops them. They don't go inside. Fabrizio and Ricardo wander off and stumble upon something terrifying. 3 scarecrows with pig heads, crucified on stakes, set up like an altar. The sight makes them freeze in fear. They turn and run. Alisa, drawn by curiosity, enters the cottage alone. Inside, she finds a strange mural on the wall. 3 creepy deities painted in dark colors. The names are Osso, Mastoso, and Carcagnoso, symbols of a deadly group who worship them in return for wealth and power through human sacrifice. Shivers crawl up her spine. It's all too much, but the group agrees to stay in the RV for the night. That's when the screams begin. Loud, desperate, coming from the house. Everyone except Mark rushes inside to figure out what's happening. They make their way into the attic, where they find something that makes their stomachs twist. A girl trapped in a hay cocoon, her eyes wide with fear. And then they notice it. Her tongue is gone, gruesomely mutilated. It's more than they can handle. The night is about to get even darker. From the attic, they watch in horror as 3 masked figures drag Mark out of the RV and pull him into the cabin. They tie him to a table, his screams echoing through the walls. Hiding, barely breathing, the group is forced to watch as the figures take turns torturing Mark. They gouge out his eyes and smash his feet with a heavy wooden hammer. The sound of his screams cuts through the silence like a knife. After they're done, the trio drags his lifeless body outside. The rest of the group waits for dawn, planning their escape through the forest. But it's not over yet. As they walk, they stumble upon a graveyard of rusted, abandoned cars. They realize they're not the first ones the cult has captured. The truth hits them hard. In a quiet voice, Chiara, the girl in the attic, speaks up. She's the only one left from her family, the only survivor of the horrors they've endured. Her name is Chiara, and she has a story to tell. The group is lost, walking in endless circles. Every turn leads them back to the same clearing. As night falls, they sit together, passing around the last bottle of beer, sharing stories about their lives, trying to keep their minds off the fear creeping in. But everything changes when Alisa wakes up. She looks out the window and sees the terrifying sight. Every member of the cult standing in front of the house, with Sophia, Chiara, and Ricardo held hostage on a ritualistic stage. The masked figures representing Osso, Mastoso, and Carcagnoso start the horrible ceremony. Sophia's eyes are gouged out. Ricardo's ears are torn apart. Their body parts are placed on the huge scarecrow where Chiara is trapped. Then, as Alisa and Fabrizio watch helplessly from inside, Sophia and Ricardo are slaughtered, their throats slashed. But it doesn't stop there. Alisa's mind races as she realizes something terrible. Fabrizio, who had been her travel companion, drugged their drinks with sleeping pills. She confronts him, and that's when she sees it. A hidden earpiece, making him part of this nightmare. Enraged, Fabrizio orders one of the cult members to drag her outside. The terror is just beginning. Alisa wakes up with a jolt, her hands painfully nailed to the armrests of a wheelchair. She's sitting at the head of a long table, surrounded by the cult members, who are eating like nothing's wrong. Panic floods her, but she can't move, trapped in this horrifying scene. Taken into a dark, cold control room, Alisa sees something that makes her blood run cold. All the horrors she's faced, everything, has been recorded by hidden cameras. A whole production team has been watching and controlling the chaos. Fabrizio steps forward, smirking. He's the one behind it all. He reveals the twisted truth. He's been directing an amateur snuff movie, trying to make the perfect classic horror story. When she finally manages to break free, Alisa stumbles through the camp where the film's production team is working. It's like a twisted movie set, but everything feels real, and it's all been a lie. Alisa stumbles upon a shocking discovery. Chiara is still alive, but it's not what she expected. She's an actress, and she's also Fabrizio's sister. The two are secretly talking about the next steps of their twisted plan in a trailer, and Alisa overhears everything. The truth about the mayor hits Alisa like a slap to the face. He's not just a small-town leader. He's part of the 'Ndrangheta, the Italian mafia, and he's been funding Fabrizio's sick movie. The shock makes her heart race. But she doesn't waste any more time. When Chiara steps out of the trailer, Alisa grabs a shotgun and takes action. Without hesitation, she shoots Chiara, ending her life in an instant. Fabrizio pleads for mercy, but there's no turning back now. Alisa shoots him in the leg, and as he cries for his life, she coldly ends it, capturing the whole thing on a portable camera. Covered in blood, Alisa stumbles through the forest and finds an escape. A fence that marks the area as a restricted military zone. The forest's grip on her loosens as she pushes through the fence. She emerges on a beach, where bathers record her on their cell phones as she dives into the sea, her body drenched in blood, but her mind racing with freedom. In a post-credits scene, we see a user on the Bloodflix app chatting about the movie. The film, which showed the final moments of Alisa killing Fabrizio, had just aired. The user watches the footage and shakes their head. They don't like it at all. With a disappointed look, they give the movie a bad review, clearly not impressed by the twisted ending. So, which awesome movie should we recap next? Drop your suggestions in the comments below and let's make it happen. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button so you never miss out on our movie recaps. We've got plenty more coming your way. Thanks for watching, and see you next time. Produced by Warner Movie Recaps.